and welcome to another episode of Around Alliance. You see, buying real estate is not just buying a home, but it's buying in the community where you're going to live. So we want to bring you some of the local businesses where you can be entertained, have fun, wine, dine, and unwind. Today, we're right in the backyard of Keller, Texas at Shannon's Brewery. We're going to meet with Shannon and have him give us a tour of this wonderful place. And then let's just sit back and relax here in the beer garden and enjoy one of these local beers. So let's go on in and take a tour. So standing here with me is the famous, the most infamous Mr. Shannon. Shannon you're the owner of the company, right?
Owner of Shannon Brewery.
Owner of Shannon Brewery. And I just want to thank you for having us out here today. I mean, what a treat for us to be out here at Shannon. For him to give us, you're going to give us a tour today, right?
A private tour of the brewery and the brewing process.
But before we go on that tour, tell us first, how long have you been open?
The brewery's been open just over 5 years.
5 years you've been open here. And why did you decide to open a brewery?
We opened the brewery, I opened the brewery because I love beer.
Well,
okay.
I like some beer too.
Well, birds of a feather. We opened the brewery here in Keller because we're on a natural spring, the oldest documented spring in Texas.
Okay.
And we're an all-natural brewery, so we brew with all-natural ingredients, including the native spring water.
Okay.
Whole grain, whole flower hops, unpasteurized, unfiltered. It's just as clean and natural a product as we produce.
Where can we find, other than coming here, which, hey you guys, if you're watching this, you need to get over here and check this out. But can we find your beers here locally at a different place?
Yeah, you're going to find our beers at different pubs and restaurants around Keller. Certainly the grocery stores, Kroger, Total Wine, Central Market over in South Lake, Whole Foods.
Okay.
And so almost anywhere great beer is sold, you're going to find our beer. So when we started the brewery, it was all about bringing to market the most natural product we could possibly bring to market.
Okay.
And it starts with, like we said, we're built on a spring, and we use that spring water exclusively for the brewing process. We use city water for cleaning, but for brewing, it's 100% spring water.
Okay.
So we'll take different grain loads for different beers. We'll put them up here. Our mill is up here. So we mill it. It falls through the floor into a hopper that's inside this closet.
Okay.
And from that, this plastic auger, or this pipe right here, is a flex auger. And so it pulls the grain up and dumps it into this vessel right here, which is our mash tun. And both of these vessels are heated with fire. So you'll see on all of our labels that our beer says it's fire brewed. And that's why they're heated with fire.
Got the mash, we lit it on fire.
We've lit it on fire, we've heated it up. We're releasing the sugar.
Okay.
And the sweet liquid that's left over is called wort. So it pumps over here to the boil kettle, and we boil in the boil kettle. Attached to the boil kettle is this little R2D2 looking thing. And that's a hop bag. Hops. And we fill that full of whole flower hops. Alright, so we're in the hop back over here.
Alright. We'll follow you.
Well, we're not going to get in these guys' way because they're working.
Okay.
But Griff is working on the heat exchanger. So we have to take the boiling beer down to a temperature that is appropriate for yeast. Because yeast are living cells and we don't want to destroy them with boiling liquid. So we're pumping the wort into the fermenter. We introduce yeast consumes sugar.
Okay.
And the byproducts are alcohol and CO2.
Okay.
And so once the yeast consume the sugar, they're making the beer. So we actually make wort and the yeast makes the beer.
Okay. All right, so what are we doing here?
We are going to pour you some of our beers, some of our better known beers.
Okay.
Our Tejas Light.
Okay.
Okay. This is a blonde ale, 4.3 ABV, 130 calories, 11 carbs. And so it's a really light blonde ale.
Yeah, but it still has a lot of flavor to it.
A lot of flavor to it. So we're gonna try our Irish Red Ale. This is our probably the beer we're known for.
Okay.
And it is a delicious red ale.
It's got a nice color to it.
Beautiful color to it. It's got a really nice caramel nose, rich, toasty caramel flavor.
Oh, that is good.
Yummy.
I do like red beers, so
Yeah?
that's a good one.
Yeah, this is our best-selling beer overall. You said you're an IPA girl, so I'm gonna pour you an IPA. This is our More IPA. More is the Irish word for big. So it's not a big IPA as much as it's big on aromatics.
Okay.
And so if you love the flavor and smell of hops, you'll love this beer. I love the aroma on this. Very floral.
Really? That's perfect. I mean, I would
Perfect
say
is what we were shooting for.
the perfect amount of hoppiness flavor to it, I think. It's not
But it's
just,
still got that malt backbone to it.
It really does. It's not just overwhelming. It's it's still smooth, very smooth. I like that.
Yeah. The Double Chocolate Stout is a beer that just launched this week, and it is also a milk stout. This one is a milk stout, but it's brewed with raspberries, cherries, and
so you didn't,
vanilla
and I tasted that. I tasted the raspberry, I think, right up front.
And this one's 10% ABV.
This one's the 10% one, guys. This would be the short glass you're gonna get. You can only probably have a couple of these, and then you're pretty set.
Yeah, a lot of people have one. They'll buy a 6-pack and go home
and
have a second one.
Have a second one. Exactly.
And we encourage that.
Like I said, one of the greatest things about Shannon's Brewery is you can bring your own pets here. This is one of our regulars, Mr. Chester. This is Mr. Chester, one of the regulars here at Shannon's Brewery. He's waiting for you guys to bring your own pets. He has somebody to play with.